Hi guys, Squall here. This is the new Mercedes Actros, which is coming into Euro Truck Simulator in 1.18. 1.18. It should be hitting the beta branch of Steam, hopefully, within a week. Hopefully. Depends if they get testing done. But this is what it looks like. And I have to say, it is a very, very nice truck. It's a good looking truck. It drives really well. Even the engine, listen to the engine. Very quiet. Euro 6 engine. This one's the 625 brake. 3000 Newton meter engine. Completely unmodded. The only mod I have is that at the top there. The Hella Illuminator LED lights. That's the only thing that's non-stock. Everything else is stock. In this video, I'm going to take you through some of the configuration options so that you can see how this thing's put together. But, yeah, I thoroughly recommend that you have a drive of this truck. It's decent. It really is decent. And it's free in the next update of Euro Truck Simulator 2. So, when you go to the showroom, normally you get one of 8, I think, Actroses. And this, you now get 11. So, if we have a flick through, you can see this is the new Actros. Let's customize that. In terms of the cabin, you've basically got what they call the stream space. So that's the kind of lowest variation of it, the stream space. And the big space, if you look, obviously just adds a bit more headroom here. I think that's the nicest one out of the three. But then you've got the giga space, which obviously gives you even more headroom inside. So that's the tallest cabin that you can get. Massive amounts of headroom, storage space up there. Personally, I like that one. In terms of chassis options, well, you've got the usual thing. 4x2, 6x2, 6x2, 4, mid-lift, tag lift, and 6x4. You saw me back there driving a tag lift, which was this one here. That gives you 2 fuel tanks, a range of about 1400 kilometers or so, which is a heck of a range considering you've got 2 axles on the back, so that you can take quite a heavy load. Engine sizes. Now all the engines are Euro 6. They all range from 421 brake, which is the smallest engine they do, all the way up to this bad boy, the 625 brake. That was the one that I had at the start of this video. All of them very, very capable engines. All Euro 6, which means they're all very good for emissions and fuel efficiency and all that kind of thing. All of them very quiet, I have to say. Very good engines in this Actros. Transmission, not much options here. Basically the power shift all the way, 12 speed with or without the retarder. Inside the cabin, you can see the detail here. This is actually faithfully accurate. I sat in one of these trucks at Truckfest recently, and the detail is spot on. It really is. This is what the cabin looks like. You've only really got 2 options, the standard big space or the exclusive big space. The exclusive gives you this kind of walnut wood effect. And a cream seating. Otherwise, you know, it's pretty much the same. Not a great deal of distance, just personal preference. This is the one I prefer, but there is actually a little blanket here. You can see that when you're in the truck and you spin around, you can see a little blanket there. But that's the cabin of the Actros. Functional. I like the large hazard warning button here. The display we'll have a look at in a second. We'll see when I turn the engine on. And it's also got a built-in sat-nav. Which the previous Actros didn't have, so that's a really nice touch. Paint options, we're going to go through the paint options over at the paint shop, but this is the non-Steam version, so I can't show you all my different paint DLCs I have installed. But pretty much most of them look quite classy out of the box. I mean, I've actually seen that colour and that colour in real life, and both of them are very nice. This one's it's like a blood cherry red, I quite like that. Never seen one on the street myself, but it does look quite good. And of course the black. Can't go wrong with the black or the white. Let's leave it as silver for now. Outside. Right, this is where we get the options here. Now, as I say, I'm running stock, so there's no tyre mods. These are just straight out of Euro Truck. If you get yourself a tyre and rim mod, you could actually customise this up quite nicely. But nothing new here to see. Pick a rim and tyre pack which suits the Merc. In terms of the door steps, you've got the stock, you've got the Ranger. They're the only 2 options. The Ranger, I think, looks pretty good. Door handles and mirrors are plastic, paint, or chrome. Now, the chrome effect you can see a bit better if we put this back onto red. There you go. So now you can see the chrome a bit better. Same with the mirrors, plastic, paint, or chrome, you get this little piece here. Has a chrome. It's just effect. You may or may not like it. Now, this is quite good, the bull bars. I personally think that this front fascia of the truck is quite tastefully done. I like the lines. I like the grille. So I personally don't want to stick a massive bull bar on here. I think most of these bull bars, you know, make the truck look a bit more ugly. But there are one or two that work nicely. I think that's a nice one, the Samurai. That sits down here with something like the Sting or possibly the Mirage. And doesn't detriment the truck's styling. Gives you some extra options here for LED lighting. Or even that. But some of the other bull bars, I think... That one at first I thought was quite nice, but it almost gives the truck a mustache effect. And then you've got this, which is more of a practical, functional bull bar. It doesn't do anything for the aesthetics of the truck, but obviously gives you a lot of protection down at the front there, which is a useful thing, no doubt about that. Then you've got the Claw, the Vortex, which you've seen before, and the Goliath. So named because it really is quite a big bull bar. But personally, I like the Samurai. Down here, as we've already seen, you've only got 4 options: Accent, Sting, Mirage, and Samurai. Again, I think keep it tasteful, keep it clean, and you won't ruin the aesthetics of the truck. Slightly disappointing is the sun visor. There's only one. You basically have that or nothing. I would like to have seen more options here, but then again, maybe the Actros in real life only comes with this particular sun visor. One would hope that mod authors will take this truck and give us some more accessories on the outside so we can customize it nicely. We've got this mirror here, which is our front mirror. We've also got the side mirror. And then up on the top, we've got a few light bar options. We've got the Mirage, the Sting, the Viking, and the Ranger. I personally prefer something like the Sting or the Mirage. And on here, I generally put... You can either put stock lighting like this, or you can, if you've got the Hellet Illuminator LEDs, they look quite good as well. Hellet Illuminator LED is a mod. It's not part of the truck, but it is in my mod list if you want to use it. And then finally back here, you've got the beacons, bonfire in space. I would love SCS to give us some more of these things. I don't know, personally, I don't like the look of either of these. But the problem is that you need beacons if you want to take heavy loads. And that means dropping beacons down here somewhere. And because you don't have that many light bar options and that many spaces, you know, I'd like to put beacons back here possibly. But you can't do it. You just can't do it out the box. And which means we're left with these default beacons. And I would like to see some better ones personally. No side panels on this particular chassis. But if we change chassis to something like a... 6x2, does that have one? No, not on the 6x2. 4x2. Yes, the 4x2 has the full side skirt and the protective side skirt, which is full protection side skirts, option 1 or 2. Now, that's not making any difference on this side. Ah, there you go. So on that side, it gives you the exhaust if you want it. Or you can not have it. And then you've got an option down here which gives you the Flow or the Ranger. That's got a nice curved line to it, actually. I mean, that's not bad, but I like that curved line. What would be good in this game is if you chose those exhausts, it changed the engine note. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, if you want to go 4x2, which will give you... Actually, looking at the fuel tanks on that, I'm not sure they're any bigger. But there you go. That is the configuration options. Everything else is as you would expect. Don't think that has any side skirts on it. No. The mid-lift. Shorter fuel range though on that one. And then inside, there's nothing really to look at. There's no particular configuration options. But look at that floating board T-Rex Pro. If only these buttons worked in real life, that would be beautiful. That is the Actros configuration. So here we are. This is the truck. This is what it looks like from the outside. Let's get inside and take it round the block and see what it drives like. So let's just reset track IR here. So I've already adjusted the mirrors, as you can see. You You've got a large mirror and a small mirror there. You can adjust those to point downwards. Very good visibility. And same story on the other side. You've got both the big mirror and the curved mirror. And you've also got that front corner mirror as well. Inside, as I say, if you look right behind you, you can see a couple of storage boxes and a mat and a blanket. And up the top there, a nice little bunk bed and a sunroof. Very nice. Let's start her up. Like I say, built-in sat-nav. There's the parking brake there on the dash. And if we kind of zoom in a little bit and start cycling through. So you've got, on the left, you've got the speedometer, you've got the fuel tank, you've got the time, and you've got the outside temperature. In the centre, currently being displayed, is the fuel range and the number of litres. So we've got 282 litres of fuel left. If I press the I key, we then go through to consumption, water and oil, air pressure, and back to range. And then on the right, you've obviously got your rev counter with the green zone, orange zone, and red zone. That's pretty much it for inside. Let's take it for a spin. I'm of course using split shift gearbox. Try not to talk too much so that you can actually hear what the truck sounds like. Now, I've sat in one of these inside inside Truckfest, and I have to say, when you stand next to one of these things, you get an appreciation for how tall it is. I barely come up to the bottom of the windshield, and I'm 6'3". So you get a really high vantage point in this truck. I'm going to put my foot down off these lights and you'll hear that turbo. Here we go. Very nice. 625 brake this one. But I actually like this truck. I think it's a tastefully done vehicle. It's the 2015 edition, I believe. This is the new Actros on the Mercedes-Benz website. And I think SCS have done a good job. Pulls out in 6th. No problem at all. Round the block, Governor, before we take the truck back. Trying not to pick up any speeding tickets on the way. Fuel efficiency is very good on this truck. I did an entire Sunday night trucking with this, and that is the amount of fuel I have left. I still have about a third of a tank. And we drove all over the UK, through Denmark, and back down into Germany. So it's pretty good fuel range on it, even on the tag lift. Sadly, I shall have to return this to the showroom. I can't afford a new one. As I say, this is coming out in 118, which should be, I reckon it will be live within the next week or two. I don't think there's a massive amount of testing to be done in 118. There we go. But I suggest you give it a whirl when it does come out. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by this vehicle. Although there are Actros people who've been waiting for this day. Actros supporters. It's a good truck. I can't fault it. Drives really well. Looks pretty good. Definitely want to give it a go. That's it for this Actros review video, guys. Take care. Happy trucking.